Welcome to Red Dead Redemption 2. Today we have some heavy hitting mods, and every single one adds some substantial improvements. And this first mod we have is an absolute game changer. This mod is called Catalogue Improvements, and this mod aims to improve the player customization experience by adding some variety inside the wardrobe, fixing a bunch of clipping issues when it comes to clothing and clothing accessories, and at the same time improving John Marston's appearance by restoring most of his beta assets. They've even ported over his outfits from chapters 1 through 6. This mod offers you so many fixes and improvements that your character will have no choice but to look good. And you even have more variety when it comes to the catalog. So now you're working gloves. You now have a few other color options to really customize your outfit. There's a few new styles for your bow tie as well, which is definitely a nice addition. And you even get a new lantern design, which actually hooks on very well with the Stash Your Lantern mod. Barely any clipping. Now let's talk about what this actually fixes. You'll actually see a lot less clipping when it comes to pretty much everything. So now your gloves won't clip through your hands. Now certain neckwear items fit properly when you use a bandolier. You see that the position is slightly adjusted, so now you're not clipping in game like you usually would. And now even bandoliers have been fixed. They will now hug your body instead of looking like a hot mess. You now have the option to remove your satchel as well, all through the in-game wardrobe menu. This also includes suspenders. You can now fully remove your shirt as well, and even your offhand holster. Plus, when you have the satchel equipped, you'll see that there's a slight adjustment made once you add on that offhand holster, which is actually a small little detail that's absolutely perfect. How was that not a feature in-game already? There's also been a few changes to how vests work in-game. So now certain opened vests like this are now compatible to be used with every single shirt. So now you don't need to make any compromises. And something I wasn't expecting was the addition of a new weapon. You can now purchase the Navy revolver from the gunsmith. This lets you fully customize it as well, so you can get different grips, longer barrels, change up the rifling, and even add some iron sights. This also comes with two new metals. The first one is called copper, and the second one is tempered, but these metals aren't exclusive to the Navy revolver. You can use them for whatever weapon you want. Man, that thing is looking good. Navy revolver definitely coming in clutch. Now for the changes when it comes to John Marston. There's been a lot of emphasis put into him so he doesn't look like an Arthur Morgan clone, changing up his appearance to make him actually look like himself. So there's been a series of changes, including adding in some beta assets. My bad, girl. His actual head model has been improved. And then even the hairs he has at the barber, they've been re-edited to match his new head. There's been a suite of changes when it comes to certain cutscenes as well, fixing a few things that should have been. Then of course we mentioned these 6 new added outfits. These are outfits he wore in chapters 1 through 6. You'll now be able to find them in the wardrobe for you to use. And some of these outfits are even Arthur inspired, or they're just unused outfits from beta content. The more ways you have to customize your character, the better, I say. And there's more than just outfits this mod gives you as well. This mod also restores another piece of gear. There's been a few stolen hats that have been restored into the game, and these are hats you can actually see on some of the peds. Just for some reason you couldn't get them yourself, but now that's been changed. They've even added a few more extra collectible hats. So now you'll be able to find the Veteran's hat as well as the Sobo hat. And now some previously static hats, they've had weights and physics enabled. So when you walk, you'll see that thing bouncing. There's even unique features like this, where this helmet doesn't remove your hair for your character, and is fully interactable during some certain animations. It even goes into so much depth that it changes the meat eating animation, so it's not the same animation as any of the other food. And if you're still not sold on this mod yet, there's also been changes when it comes to the horse. So now all owned horses will now have horseshoes, and now all saddles have their own rifle holster, which the color will automatically adjust to depending on the type of saddle you have. Whatever the modders cooked up for this Catalogue Improvements mod is delicious. This mod brings a host of new features that just make the game more irresistible. I loved RDR2 before, but now I think I'm in love with RDR2, if you know what I mean. Now, if anybody knows if this is actually compatible with the YMs plus Eastern Epics merge, definitely let me know, because that would certainly be a game-changing combo. Now we have an update for the graphics mod we're using today. This one is called Vanderlyn's Vision, a visual overhaul. There's been a variety of upgrades and updates. So for instance, the clouds have been reworked and improved. So you'll notice that the clouds are extra fluffy now. Cloud lighting has been improved. There's also been sleet type weather added to the Grizzlies and Roanoke Bridge. Nighttime has been improved, so now you have more realistic moon lighting. Plus the color grading has been enhanced, so you'll see some better contrast. There's been storm improvements in general, so all your weather particles such as rain have been enhanced. I mean, honestly, it's getting harder and harder to choose a graphics mod. All of them are just looking fantastic. and the Vanderlyn visual overhaul is no exception. Now before I forget to mention this, we've also added the Young John Marston Remastered. This mod can be added on top of the improved catalogs mod if you want your John to be more of a John. This is a mod that simply improves the textures of both the player character John as well as the NPC version of John as well. Better textures means a better John. Why does it look like he's about to cry though? We then have a mod called Bigger Horses But Better. This is a customizable mod that allows you to change the size of your horse and is fully compatible with other horse mods. So you can use mods such as Complete Horse Overhaul or even use different horse coats. When you install this mod, it comes with 2 different bat files. One is for making your horse bigger and one is for making your horse smaller. So now you can finally have horses that are actually horse sizes, not those small things we used to have. Moving on, we have the mod Annesburg Rainforest. This turns the upper Annesburg area into a full-on rainforest. So the area near Roanoke Valley has had all these trees added, giving you a rainforest vibe. And the mod author even plans to change the local weather, fix a bunch of the collision issues, and possibly even expand this. I'm definitely digging the vibe so far. Now we need to take to the streets of Saint Denis. The mod Cherry Blossoms in Saint Denis now lines the street with beauty. New charm has been added to the city with fully blossomed trees, replacing the oak trees you were accustomed to. So now when you're riding the tram, you'll actually have a nice view. The scenery has definitely been enhanced in this historic city. And now that we have Arthur back in town, we have the mod Rugged Arthur. This mod transforms Arthur Morgan into a grittier version of himself. There's been a nice retexture of his gun outfit, giving his gunslinger coat a new type of vibe. It makes the coat look like it's actually been used by adding in these cracks and all of these rips and tears. You can even see that the gunslinger hat has had its days, maybe a few near misses with bullet holes, and then even Arthur's face has been changed up. He now has multiple scars covering his entire face, and these textures will persist no matter what variation of Arthur you're running. So whether you're running regular Arthur, sick Arthur, or the Guarma version, this man is gonna be looking rugged. This mod even adds a new level 6 beard so that your Arthur can be long and strong. Plus the hair has been modified to be of a more gray scale, so Arthur is looking a little bit older. Definitely a pretty cool mod to add on to Arthur Morgan to make him look like the gritty cowboy he is. Hopefully you found a mod or two you enjoyed. And as always, if you don't want to miss out on the next mod showcase for RDR2, make sure you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Until next time though, we'll see ya. I'm going to throw this mod in at the end because this adds in trunks and logs across various rivers and ravines to allow you to cross over to the other side without getting wet. But for the life of me, I couldn't find a single log, man. I ran up and down the different rivers for like an hour. But if you can happen to find them, this mod is definitely worth give a shot, it looks like. I need some map markers, dog.